To me, success is a multifaceted concept with a lot of gray area.
Me and my short experience, life success is a broad concept.
Okay, this is my success definition.
Success has types that cannot be limited to one concept.
I think the easiest way for me to view success is to break it down into two parts, the short term and the long term. Long-term success for me is pretty easy to quantify. I think that at the end of my life, I will consider myself successful if I can look back with a sense of pride on my accomplishments, whatever that may be. That could look any number of different ways, but as long as I'm able to look back with pride, then I will feel successful in the long term. Short-term success is a little bit more complicated for me. There's both a more concrete and an abstract way that I can think about short-term success. On the one hand, in the concrete, success is whether or not I've achieved a goal that's in front of me. That could be a deadline I need to meet, bills I need to pay, or jobs I need to get done. Those all contribute to the level of concrete short-term success that I achieve. Talking in more abstract terms, success for me in the short term is more definable by my level of happiness, basically with where I'm at in life. Ultimately, I lean a little bit more towards the abstract because I believe that it encompasses the more concrete definition in my head. When I'm happiest is usually when I'm achieving whatever goals I've set for myself. Knowing the scope of American society, my definition of success probably differs a little bit. Our society provides a relatively rigid pass or fail system where you have to live up in order to be a contributing member of society. Success in America's scope is likely defined pretty easily by monetary guidelines, things like how often and how hard you work and how much money you're able to make. It's not that those things don't fit into my idea of success. I think I do align pretty closely with America's ideals, but my idea of success definitely places an emphasis on my mental state because at the end of the day, that's all we have in the long term. Money and goals that I achieve definitely contribute to my happiness and thus play a role in my success, but they aren't everything to me. In conclusion, although my idea of success fits into the American standard, it differs a little bit, and I definitely do value the things that America values, but I place a little bit of a greater emphasis on mental health and happiness.
None of us could easily mention or define what success is. So everyone has a different definition for it based on the experiences that the one has been through and the environment in which he was raised. So I consider myself as a successful one when I done plenty things. The first important thing is to please Allah and remember whatever I'm going through in my life, I have to believe deep down that Allah sees what am I doing. And the second thing for me that is important to please mom and see her always happy because she's the one and only. Another thing that I had started work at 18 and it was hard at first, but when I became a financial independent, almost, I started to consider myself as a successful one. Also, I can define successful in a psychological way that when I have an inner peace and self-satisfaction. So none of us can be a successful one if you do not have plans, if you do not have goals.
So obviously, as everybody has said, success has many different meanings. And for me personally, when I see myself being successful in the future, I see myself having a big family, having a lot of kids, putting God first, and having a job that I love doing and that I'm very passionate about. So currently I am studying psychology to be a therapist, and yeah, I'm very passionate about that. And so when I grew up, I saw my mom raising me by herself, and seeing that, it taught me that success doesn't come all at one time. And it taught me that you can be successful without a lot of things. And as long as you're happy, and as long as you're happy, as long as you're content with yourself, as long as your mental health is good, I see that as being successful.
Success for me is divided into a psychological aspect and a practical aspect. In order to be successful, you must feel satisfied with yourself and what you do for you and those around you, and also success by always proving yourself with positive energy of confidence and the ability to accomplish things no matter what it is difficult was. As for success in a practical life is to perform your duties to the fullest. The first important step is please Allah by bearing and then pleasing parents. Followed by these steps before starting any work. You must plan and organize the time. You must not give up and be able to work under pressure. A person cannot be successful unless he has ambition and says that achieving it is not impossible. And six, to reach has goals without paying attention to what people say.